Yo, what's good, man? It's the THHC podcast, episode 196, man. We here with Tye Cooper, man. We're gonna talk about his newest album, Black Boys Deserve to Smile. What a title. I love it. We're gonna get into that in just
Better
a minute.
believe it.
But Tye Cooper, what's good, man? Welcome to the podcast. What's up, man?
Yo, pleasure to be on your platform. I'm thankful. This interaction, this connection, is a prime example of being in the right place at the right time. You know, and literally, if I'm correct, we met at the Everybody Can't Go Boston leg of the tour.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
and I remember literally upon our connection or reaction, uh, we had I had just got there, and you were standing directly in front of me with your cousin, I believe.
Yep. You got good memory.
And I think the homie Bars Murray, who just dropped the album, I think today.
Oh, that's what's up.
Bars Murray's down with BSF. He was the dude that was performing at the time. While when we would just so happen to had that connection.
That conversation. And I was
Yeah,
gonna
that
get into that.
conversation.
I was gonna tell people like we met at a Benny the Butcher's when he came and blessed Boston with his whole team, and it
Yep.
was organic. It was an organic conversation. We were just chopping it up like brothers. And then I
Yep.
found out you was an artist, and I told you, I said, "Yo, man, if I like your music, I
Yep.
want you in the show." And you was like, "Huh? Look at it like this. What show? You got a part?" I'm like, "Yeah, man." So I really get into breaking down and listening to a person's album and like really
Mhm.
dissecting it for the good. I don't go like say if I don't like an album, I don't do that album. I'm not gonna bash somebody. That's why I said if I like your
Right.
music, I want you on the show so we can break it down. And guess what? He's on the show. So the first question is, won't you introduce yourself and give us break down a little bit about yourself to the people, and then we'll go on from there.
Well, my name is Tye Cooper. I am a what I would consider many consider a raptivist, a rapper, activist, raptivist, multifaceted entertainer um, from Providence, Rhode Island. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it, man. Let's talk about the album title and the album cover. They can see
Hmm.
the album cover and the title, of course. Please
Oh yeah.
explain. I mean, it seems simple. People go, "Oh, it's this." That's what he's saying, but it could have more meanings of it. So I want to know if you can bless us what the cover. Talk about the cover and talk about the actual album title.
Yes. Black Boys Deserve to Smile is it's a it was an idea, a vision of mine to well, it originally started from the homie La Russell. La Russell
Yeah,
La Russell
you
made
know
a
the Russell. Yeah, he's dope.
yeah, La Russell made a tweet that he had shared on Instagram. And on the tweet, he specifically said black boys deserve to smile. That's all it's really said. And it was like it just resonated so much with me for some reason. I wrote it down, and then I ended up putting that as a post on Thread, and it just like it did something on there, and then like it just stuck with me. And then it was like a little bit before the way before the new year, so I had in mind to release it during Black History Month, hence the title Black
Mm,
Boys Deserve to Smile. That was my original idea and goal for the project. I knew I didn't want to put too many songs on it. Um, it definitely was something that I wanted to put out since the last release, which was the This Part of My Life is called. I took I don't want to say I took a year and a half off, but I worked enough I was working more so on my online and offline presence and being in spaces with like Benny the Butcher and these guys like Black Soprano Family.
mm-hmm.
And I went on tour with Fuego Bass last summer.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice. I
yeah.
like Franco
So
Bass. I like that dude, man. He can rap too, man. I
yeah,
like that dude. He's
he's
on the
super
album, of
cool.
course.
Yup, Fuego's on the album. Um, I, the entire thing was to, I've just been building really with Benny the Butcher and like Black Soprano Family, and they've been super supportive and behind the aspect of, you come out, you show love, and the same thing happens in return. So that's kind of like the energy that I've been getting from them, and then it just kind of like, next thing you know, I started becoming more like an affiliate and like collaborating with other members of the record label. So Black Boys Deserve to Smile was projected for Black History Month, but I think by the time I was trying to put it out, it was a matter of collecting everybody's BMI and ASCAP information. And see, the old Tye would have like rushed to put the project out to where it's like now I'm like, I'm forcing my rollout. And I didn't force the rollout. And this time, like, shout out to Murph, which is my manager, that dude that you see me with at the show.
Okay.
Um, yeah, very great man. Um, he kind of like kept me in like a unique space when it came to releasing the project, as far as not rushing to release it and like just prolonging as much as possible so that we can get the best alternative result possible. I was already confident in the music and the aspect of like, how I wanted to curate it from top to bottom, but it was like I kept feeling a little bit more. I kept feeling like it wasn't enough. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so theoretically, it came down to not being released in February, and then Benny. I had a few shows in South by Southwest, and then I just so happened to have done the BSF Takeover stage last year in Austin, um, and then they did it again this year. So I went down there to perform on that stage as well. And by this point, I already had records with Fuego Bass, Sule, and Rick Hyde
Mm.
from the project.
Nice
So
squad.
by this time, I got right, and they're really the only rapping contributors on the project, besides my homegirl Manami Braxton, who's a vocalist from where I'm from, and another vocalist Brooxana, and you hear my cousin Evelyn Stanley on the prayer of like the first song at the end of the song. Um, so by the time we roll out to Austin, Texas, that's when that's like March. So like by this point, obviously the release wasn't going to be released during Black History Month, but the significance of, you know, performing Wine and Cheese unreleased for the first time in Austin, Texas, testing the song out, that was an experience for me. And it just so happened that I've been doing these industry like cannabis marijuana events and been mingling more with the industry, the marijuana cannabis industry, and I've been doing these.
Oh, snap. I think he's having some technical difficulties. He's on the phone in his car, so hopefully he'll be right back with us. He got cut off, man. Something must have happened. Hopefully he charged his phone. um, while he's connecting back, let's talk about some new music, man. Today is Friday. So while we wait for Tye to come back, we're gonna talk about some new releases real quick. And when he joins us, he can join us. Oh, he's back. He's back. He's back. What's going on, Tye? I was like, I was gonna stalling. I was gonna talk about some new music since you got cut off. I figured your
Uh-huh.
battery died or something. You back? Can I hear you? Can you hear me?
Oh no, I think we like for some reason we lost connection. I think that's what it was.
Oh, because
Cause
like
I was just chirping like a motherfucker just
you
now.
was, and then you just I lost you, and I'm like,
But
what happened?
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, you're good.
Yep. Hell yeah.
You're good. All right, so we was talking about
I can see you
the
too.
album
So can you
cover
see me and hear me?
and yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. You can hear me? You can't hear me.
Let's say in the neck and connection. What the hell? You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Um. All right.
We were talking
Perfect.
about
So
the album
so
cover, and the
the
title. Remember? Oh, something's going on with the connection. Something's going on with the connection, man. All right, man. Let me get into the new music real quick, man. There's a couple albums that came out today. Um, okay, is he back? He's something's going on with the connection. You got to move on. Let's see. He's back again. Let's see what's going on. All right.
It keeps in and out like that. That's weird.
What's going on? What's up, man? You back? You back?
Yeah, I don't know why it keeps going out like that.
Okay.
It's weird.
Let's move on. You was talking about the you explained the album title. What about the album cover?
Yep. Yeah, so we ultimately put the album out on 420 at a dispensary. The album cover, um, is really an old family photo I found from when I was like, judging by the picture, I was probably like 7, 8 years old. I think I was just like, it was a significant picture I wanted to use. From what I remember, I was fighting with my siblings, and to like, I remember fighting with my siblings, and my mom was like, we had to like take a picture in order to like make up or some shit. So like, my grandfather, as you've seen, my uncle, I have an uncle, my uncle Joey. He's the one that's like on the side with like, he's like, I think at the time he was playing like a Game Boy Color or some shit.
Yeah, he slumped
And
over like this.
yeah, he's deaf. He's deaf, but like he really like responds real well with like video games and shit.
Oh, okay.
And you see my brother. So I have my brother. My little sister was in the picture. My baby brother who was in like the car seat, and then that was me on the side with like obviously the crown on top of my head. So it was just an old family photo that I remember taking. That was like it was pretty much to be like I'm the only one really not smiling in the picture, if you notice.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that's why like it's significant to the
Yeah.
title. You know, that's why I'm saying like I
Yup.
love
So
when artists match things up. You know what I mean?
yeah, I'm not even smiling in the picture, and the whole black men, deserving to smile. Like it was a Black History Month drop, obviously, like I said before. But I had some really cool friends that's in the marijuana industry that made it make sense to drop on 420. And then I had a 420 release party for the album and sold 25 limited edition Black Boys Deserve to Smoke boxes. And it sold
Nice,
out. Yeah.
nice. I like that, man. All right, we're gonna move on to the new music, and then we're gonna get to your album, and we're gonna break it down each song by
Oh
song,
yeah.
man. Real quick, this is usually the time I just, you can join as the co-host. So I'm just gonna drop off. We're gonna talk briefly on these albums. Rhapsody dropped today. Please Don't Cry, and I listened to it once, and it automatically gets the rewind. So basically, I want people to know that this album's worth listening to. What do you think
That
about
replay.
Rhapsody, real quick, before I move on to the next artist?
What do I think about Rhapsody?
Yeah.
She's one of my favorite female rappers. Like I definitely see myself working with Rhapsody in the future. I have some kind of like low key connections to not to say to him directly, but like I have some friends that are connected to people such as like Ninth Wonder. So like the fact that she signed a Jamla, like I remember before I was signed, I wanted to be signed to like a Jamla record label, and I one of her favorite projects of mine is Crown. She made a mixtape a couple years back.
Brown, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's one of my favorite
Okay.
projects. I still have that shit in rotation to this day. I gotta listen to the new album, so I can't really say
Of
how
course.
I feel about it. But I heard Asteroids with like the Hit Boy production, and I was actually writing I was writing a 16 the other day just on some like just to keep the sword shop shit. I was
Yeah,
writing a 16 to the Asteroids Rhapsody instrumental. So like it's funny you bring her up.
that's crazy. That's dope. You gonna release that like a freestyle, maybe?
Most likely.
Just asking. Speaking of
I
female
have
artists,
go
go ahead.
what's that?
Sorry. No,
I was
I was
gonna
going
say I
on
have
to the next one.
an installment called "There's Something in the Water."
Say that again. I think.
There's something in the water. I have these like freestyle, kind of like Wayne's no.
Oh, okay.
So there's
Yep.
something in the water. Like I have these kind of like no ceilings like a mixtape, like how like Lil
Mm-hmm.
Wayne does it with freestyles.
Yeah. Oh, so you drop it on there.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do like a "There's Something in the Water" too. Like I already put
Okay,
one out on SoundCloud. Yup, on
that works.
SoundCloud.
And speaking of female artists, the next artist, number two, is Kamaya. I
Yup.
believe she's from the West Coast. Really great artist. It's called Figure Out My Emotions. I played this at least three. It's a shorter album, probably 22 minutes. I played this like 3 times. I was vibing in my car doing errands. And shout out to Kamaya, man. Dope artist. Have you ever heard of her? No? We'll go to the next one. Did you hear me say, did you ever
Hell
hear of
yeah.
her?
I gotta listen
Okay,
to
look.
it too.
Okay, because I was you just kind of stopped. You didn't say that. I'm like, did
I'm
you hear
aware
me?
of Kamaya.
Okay. Yeah, she's dope. I like her. Number 3 is Mac Homie, Rich Ass Haitian. He just put out. I listened to a couple songs. I didn't get to listen to all the music today, but because I was running around, but it does sound promising. And first, I just wanted to give Kamaya the rewind. Mac Homie I didn't listen to too much, but I'm pretty sure he will get the rewind. Fan of Mac Homie?
Big fan.
Big fan. The
I
next,
love his MF Doom. I love his MF Doom approach where he never showed his face.
oh yeah, he still hasn't. I don't think.
Still
Yeah,
hasn't shown his face.
still
He
hasn't
has
shown his
usually
face.
cause he covers his face with like the Haitian flag.
Yeah.
And I was told that he was charging $250 to for his album. So it's funny, I didn't realize he dropped today, but somebody said that he was charging $250 for you to buy it. And I'm like, oh, that's what's up, as he should.
Yeah, maybe for a early release. I know a lot of rappers are going to certain platforms and certain websites to just even there you go, even bids with all that. And they drop in. I know 38 Special did it, Ransom did it. A lot of people have been doing this, and it's been working for them. You know. Number 3 is a duel. Well, not a duel. They separate artists, but they get together. Kill the Artist and Billy Escobar. It's called Beast, and this is a great album. Like a lot of people have songs. This is a great album. I want to give Kill the Artist and Billy Escobar. It's called Beast. I want to give them a rewind. Y'all go check that out. Pretty sure you didn't hear these guys. They're from Boston. Great artists, individually and together. Number 4 is New Villain, and I believe Walls is the producer. And I'm gonna try to pronounce this Quantumania, I believe. And New Villain is more of a kind of like storybook villain type what's it called? I'm trying to think of Spider-Man. What's the Spider-Man in all them? The Marvel type of rapper. He's like he raps in that type of form, like storybook form. Like, you know what I mean? He's pretty interesting.
Comic book shit.
Yeah, I've been following for a while. I don't listen to that. I listened to a couple songs from that, so we're not going to talk about that. I'm gonna give him a rewind, but I usually give him a rewind. New Villain is nice. Number 5 is Raz, Fresco, and Danielson. They get together with an album called Northside. Are you fans of any of these artists?
I'm now becoming more aware of them, to be honest, as far as the last folks that you just acknowledged.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm gonna check them out now that I see it on the screen scrolling by, so I'm definitely aware now. This is Kill the Artist, Billy Escobar. No, this is the first time I'm hearing of them.
Yeah. I listen to good music, man.
I
don't like the waste people's time, for real. Number 6 is Mike Shabb.
Nah, this is great insight. I'm gonna check them out.
Number 6 is Mike Shabb, Suicide 3. I've been a fan of Mike Shabb since he started working with what's his name from Canada? Lord have mercy, I'm messing with his name. What's the producer from Canada that works with Ransom all the time? Nicholas Craven. So that's the last project I listened to. Raz Fresco and Mike Shabb. I'm sorry, and so I've been a fan since, and I think he can rap. So let's go to number 7. Number 7 is who's that? Who's number 7? Number 7 is Heem from BSF. He dropped today too, called Bars and Noble. I like the title. I heard the first song. I didn't really listen to a lot of these albums, so I can't really give people the rewind, but I'm pretty sure people will be rewinding these albums and listening to them. So
I seen him drop that. Yeah, I didn't get to check it out yet, but I caught the title of the project and the cover art. So I'm gonna definitely check that out too.
100%. Real quick, I just want to shout out some fact checker news. I'm not gonna get into too much involved into it because we're gonna get into this album. I want to shout out some happy birthdays. It's your birthday, happy birthday, right? We got Karuchi Tran, Candace Burris, Jaguar Wright, Bill Paxton, and Sugar Ray Leonard So happy birthday to them. You know what I mean?
Happy
Um,
birthday, Bill Paxton.
and then
Okay.
and then usually I do album anniversary, which is only one this year. This today is Killer Mike Pledge from 2011. We was talking about that in the green room earlier. So, and you are familiar with Killer Mike. I know that
My
already.
dog. That's my dog right there. I'm so
But
proud of him.
oh yeah, Killer Mike, he deserved those Grammys, man. I got to give it to him, man.
Sweet.
But let's get into the show, man. This is the part that I've been waiting for. Pretty sure everybody's been waiting for, to break down this album, talk to you about each song, and because I know they got favorite records, and they probably like wondering, hey, what's he gonna say about this record? Let's talk about it, man. So we
Yeah.
going to Providence, Rhode Island. Tye Cooper, man. Black Boys Deserve to Smile came out April 20th, 420, 2024. 21 minutes and 7 seconds. Let's get into it. Number one is Spare Change. Spoken word at its best that speaks of optimistic views of the Black Queen. Snap your fingers. I can't do it. Snap your fingers. A writer that insists on the truth. Hashtag Spare Change. Talk about number one, Spare Change, man. Let's get into it. Tye Cooper, you there? Tye, you hear me? Hello? You hear me? Tye, did you hear me? I can't hear you. Tye, what do you? I can't hear you, man. Say
Um.
something.
So that was like Spirit Change was something that I made on the spot in the studio. Like,
Okay.
yep. Can you hear me? Yep. I
Yeah, I
can.
can hear you now. It's like you were just oh something's going on, man. Technical difficulty. This dude keeps disappearing on me like he's a magician, man. Something's going on with his phone. I'm not sure what's going on. I can't hear him. He's like, you gotta figure it out. He's getting back. He's back in the studio. Hold on. Let's see if he can get him back on, man. Let's see. All right, hold
It's
on.
weird.
Tye,
That's
what's
so
going
weird.
on, brother?
The Spirit Change. The Spirit Change. The Spirit Change is something I made up on the spot. Like when I went to go record the last bit of the project, um, I had Manami, Braxton, and my cousin Evelyn in the studio to do that, to do All Is Well and potentially Wine and Cheese. So I wanted to just get the studio session in a certain wave where I was able to just write something on the spot. I had like a 3-hour session book, so I made sure if I wanted to write something on the spot, it would be done in the fashion of like a speed writing kind of. Um, so I just pretty much just went off the top, and I wanted shout out to Merck at the Boiler Room Studio, one of the hottest studio engineers in Rhode Island.
Mm-hmm.
He pretty much I told him the concept, like, and I just pretty much had him find what made it look like a live unplugged spoken word piece of me like performing live, but it really was me recording that in the studio.
Oh, okay. Love it, man. Let's go to number two, man. I'm gonna try to rush through this because I don't know if I'm gonna lose you or not, brother. Um, number two
Bro,
is
I'm not understanding how it keeps going in and out like that, and I'm in like a great space like connection wise.
hopefully that doesn't happen again. Number two is an Outlaw Love Symphony. Um, featuring her name is it Brooxana? How do you say her name?
Brooxana.
Brooxana. Okay, featuring Brooxana,
Brooxana.
produced by Butterworld. Is that Butterworld? Produced by Butterworld.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
I explain on this record. I say my passion for music and a love for my lover go hand in hand, like this record. The relaxing and soft tones allow singer Brooxana to rep and rapper to showcase his love, man. Let's talk about number two, the Out Love Symphony. What's going on with this record?
So with the Outlaw Love Symphony, I wanted to just create a modern day version of Bonnie and Clyde. And if you notice in the song, I talk about always being one step ahead. So
Mm.
we have this relationship, like the way I'm thinking of it, if I was to do it visually, Brooxana is a very soft-spoken woman. So my interpretation of the visual, as far as like getting away with the woman that's not so aggressive, she's like, I'm talking about how we speak without speaking. Music is our love language. So like let's think of like these two villains. One's the aggressor, the other one's the one that looks like they're not the aggressor, but they're just as deadly as the aggressor. So like
Mm.
I see visually, I see Brooxana as this charming, sweet woman that also is in on the inside job, or has she's part of the scheme too. It just looks like she pretty much sets it up to where it's like she isn't part of the scam or scheme. But the significance about these two people is that their relationship. I'm really talking about the relationship between uh my love for hip hop and R&B. That's why that whole um the
It has
Queen
the
of Soul.
R&B feel, right?
Yeah, like when I said like the lyrics, when I'm saying like my Queen of Soul, when we ain't together is when I need her most. Try separating before, but like that whole common I love her concept. I slide that in there, you
Yeah, I
know.
used to love her. Yeah, that's the
But I
concept of
always
that record.
the main concept of the song was the Bonnie and Clyde always being one step ahead.
I like it, man. I like it. That's why I was
Yeah.
like, I like the title of it too, man. It's just,
Yeah,
it
you see
sounds
how Common
complicated.
only talked. He talked about a woman, all three verses, but he talked about how hip hop went through the three different stages or several stages throughout the years. So I
Yeah,
talked about a woman like as if like she was in the form of music, but I really was. Yeah,
that's fire, man. Because no one's ever done that. This is what makes you an artist, man. Because you start doing things like this with experiment with songs and things, doing things that haven't been tackled yet, in a sense,
say
right?
that again.
I said, you're doing things. I said you're an artist. I said because
Can
you're
you
doing
repeat that?
things that a lot of people are not doing. You're thinking outside the box. You're experimenting. And it's hitting. It's a great record.
I'm just, like this is wild. Can you
You
hear?
don't. Now I don't hear you no more. Say something. Say something. I lost him again, man. Something's going on, man. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on, guys. I don't know, man. Hopefully he'll come back. I don't know if it's his phone, where he's at. I'm not sure what the situation is. That's why I'm trying to rush through this review since I don't know how long we have them. I might have to finish the review on my own without him. Hopefully not. Um, Hopefully we give him a couple more seconds and see if he pops up. You know, he's been popping back in and out. Got some great questions for him, and hopefully he gets situated. The camera gets properly. I don't know if it's a signal. I'm not sure what's going on. All right, so I don't know what's going on. I don't hear him coming. Oh, here he comes. He's back. He's back. He's back. Oh, hold on. What's going on, brother?
We
You
had
back?
we had we had to move because like that shit's crazy. But I could hear you. I heard what you were saying about like the concept of the choice of selection of like for the Outlaw of Love Symphony. Like it just was a modern day Bonnie and Clyde rendition of what would it look like and sound like now, mixed with like the common I used to love her concept.
Nah, I love it. It's dope, man. Let's go to number 3, Fight Night, featuring
Yes,
Fuego bass and Brox. Is it Brooxana? I don't mess up my name.
Brooxana. Yup.
Brooxana. I'm sorry, Brooxana and producer. Is it Sayonara? Sayonara, right?
Sayonara. Yup.
Okay. Let's talk about this record. The pace of the music increases to a head nod, smooth up tempo R&B track. Tye Cooper jabbing like Ali in the booth. Feature Fugal bass hitting bars like boxer Floyd Patterson, and Brooxana on the hook, just as smooth as she has been since. Let's talk about Fight Night, man. Let's talk about that record.
It's funny you said Muhammad Ali because right now I have on a pair of limited edition Muhammad Ali Adidas.
Mm,
See how
get
that
out of here.
divine timing?
I told you that stuff be connected, man.
Even if we disconnected, see how we just connected just like that? Listen, this is all part of the journey, so I'm glad this is going on. But I will say, fight night. So as you
Yeah.
should, as you I like how you so eloquently said, like, um, the head nod progression. So I at least at that by the time I started putting like fight night and all is well, which we'll get into, like I wanted to speed up the tempo And
Mm-hmm.
so, like Fight Night was like that underdog record, that record for like the underdogs that that feel like unappreciated or just seem as if like their time hasn't came yet, and they're like you felt like falling, and there's been times you wanted to like stay down. So I was like, if I was gonna come from that concept, I might as well speak from a boxing standpoint.
Okay, and
So,
I get, and
yep.
then that's why I made those references too, because it tells you that someone like myself is actually listening to the artist. Like I really like get into each record, and I kind of dissect it, and I try to do it differently than anyone else would. Number
Yeah.
four is All Is Well featuring is it Manami Braxton?
Manami.
Manami Braxton, produced by what's this? Produced by Sayonara again. So
Sayonara. Yep.
yep. So Tye Cooper sounds like he's just figuring out life through these rhymes, poems, and stories. Mr. Cooper is guilty of being a human being, loving the blues jazz track with singer M. Braxton slaying the vocals. Let's talk about number four. All Is Well, man. Love this track too. What's up?
Um, all is well. So there's been times, especially in the beginning of the journey. I'm pretty sure as like not. I'm not gonna say pretty sure as all humans, but like everybody has times where they feel like they don't even want to like be a human anymore, or don't want to live, or like a circumstance that you're dealing with, that you're telling everybody everything's okay when really it's not. So like all is well is really like one of those records trying to like simply consulting those that have been through things or have been through experiences where you tell people everything is good. Like I said, like you're saying all is well. Like there's been times where I would like traumatically respond, it's all good, all is well. And I didn't realize those were trauma respond, like traumatic responses that people use when
Mm,
they're trying to mask something. So I realized that's something that I've been doing. So I felt like if I was going to take accountability of it publicly, that I would do it in the form of just talking about how uh it's such a relatable habit that we all can fall privy to. So that whole song is just about um, a collection of my thoughts throughout the entire journey, where I felt like I told someone or told people everything was good when everything wasn't going well, but I still found a way to prevail. So
no, I like that because it shows vulnerability, and without vulnerability, you're not an artist. I keep telling people that. I don't care what nobody say. All right. I just want to use some
hmm
props before we get to number five. Tye Cooper, lyricism, flow, storytelling, voice and delivery, charisma and presence, versatility, culture impact, and technical skills. All right. So number five, Wine and Cheese, man, produced by Butterworld. Everyone
yeah.
can't go, man. Everyone can't drink Screaming Eagle, which is a wine, and eat poulet, which is cheese. These are expensive things, man. Catchy hook as artist speaks on some characters of his life, man. Wine and Cheese, I like this record too. Let's talk about Wine and Cheese, man. You performed it, you just said recently, so let's talk about it.
Yeah, Wine and Cheese was like the test run as far as performing the album before it came out. So when I went to South by Southwest back in March, that was the song off the album that I performed the most out of the new material before it came out. Um, a lot of this route is specifically production wise. I explored beat stars, so I got more introduced to these producers. Like some of my favorite type beats on BeatStars, I noticed came from guys like Sayonara and Butterworld, and I just wanted to expand my sound as far as the sounds that I came across on BeatStars randomly. And so Wine and Cheese was like a joint that I heard, and instantly I was thinking of guys like Anderson Paak, and like just a groovy type of record that like I feel like it could be played whether it's at a barbecue or like the radio or
Mm,
a party or a club. Like it could really like you could sneak wine and cheese in anywhere. And I'm so glad that the song and just everything it came together the way it did. I just talked about so the narration on that is it's about being so first verse is really like me explaining how everybody can't go and you know being the student and the professor uh to the lessons in life and my experiences that when you shine bright and you receive shade from people or like you feel slighted but you never can understand why and you start blaming yourself for why you feel slight from people or for reasons that are beknownst to you but like it really comes down to like you having such a fond work ethic and like wanting luxurious things. I've always wanted luxurious things and I always knew if I wanted those things I would have to work for it. So in the first verse I'm really talking about how um I got to a place in my life where like it would almost be perceived as if I already made it already,
mm.
hence to, perspective, like,
Yeah, yeah.
my first major collaboration was with Benny the Butcher. So to a lot of people, especially in my hometown, they were like, Tye, you're out of here. Like, really? Like, and only if they knew, like, really, like, what it took for that to take place. And you know, it wasn't pennies that I had to collect. Like, it was like, I was blessed and fortunate to come across some good people and like, and believe in me enough to like to take it to the next level.
I
So
feel good.
I want to say shout out to Dan Murphy, Silent Reminder, and everything that Silent Reminder has been able to do on my behalf in the last 4 years. And wine and cheese is just like second verse, coulda, woulda, shoulda, could have been a fool, but I chose to be balanced. Could have been a prune, but I chose to be balanced. Like I rose to the challenge, some shit like that. And like I'm pretty much talking about would have had enough time to be in the Marines if I weren't stuck on the scene of TV screens. And I talked about Jenny. Should have told Jenny that I knew from the start, but I couldn't cover up the huge hole in my heart. I'm talking about the
Mm.
tattoo on my arm. I'm talking about a tattoo of my arm of a kid that I took care of when I was 17 years old for 2 years that turned out not to be biologically my son. So I'm talking about the
What?
infant milk. Yeah. So the infant milk cart line, I ain't gonna cry over spilt milk. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, bro. I took care of a child for 2.5 years when I was 17 years old,
Well,
and the
I'm
chick
gonna,
that I
I'm gonna
was
give you
with,
this though. At least,
yeah,
you know what I mean. That's manly. That's a part of being realistic. Part of being human. That you have a heart. It gives you it speaks on those manly traits that are being lost. And question before we get to number 6. Benny the Butcher is signing. I don't know if he's signing a lot of people, but I know he's signing maybe people to like maybe album deals or something. Are you doing that too? Are you gonna do like a BSF collaboration?
um, possibly. I kind of feel like that's what this was in a sense. Like, I, uh, damn, I'll say it here.
You don't have to
Damn, I'm gonna
say
say
it.
it.
Just say,
No, 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 I'm gonna say this here. This is exclusive. I'm gonna say this here.
okay.
Expect a collaborative project with me and Sule from Black Soprano Family. And it's already, you heard it here.
Oh,
THHC podcast, Tye Cooper, Sule, collaborative EP. You heard it here. So if it happens, when you see it, uh,
ah,
we out of here. And I know you fuck with Sule. So
yeah. He about to go to the
yeah,
next track and he's on it. That's crazy. This
yeah.
organic stuff. This can't be made up, man. Let's talk about number 6. I'm excited. You got me going crazy. I said, now I'm about to like start stuttering this up. But all right, let's go to number 6, man. Let's go to number 6. Since you talk about Sule. Black Flag, featuring Sule, produced by Nichols Production. Now, BSF Sule is one to watch, man. He bars up with the best of them. The production is dark, grimy, and it hits the hood soul. Catchy hook, love the hook. Tye's focus as he raises the black flag and takes action, man. Love this track, one of the standout tracks. This, y'all chemistry, for you to say that prior, I get it. I get it. Let's talk about number 6, man. Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go.
Black flag. So flag for everybody that's ever asked or
The
wants to know
acronym,
what
yeah.
that flag could be. I wanted to make a acronym for at least one of the track on the album to define the whole black thing. So like Black Flag, it's an acronym for Fearless Leaders Always Gain.
Mm, love it.
Um, Nichols is a producer from Germany,
Oh,
and he's a good friend in collaborative with Harlem, which is uh, he's going to be executive producing the collaborative project with me and Sule, and he's also
woo.
Sule's manager. He's also Benny's road manager and tour manager. I would to some degree, like yeah, he's like the manager. Just let's just say Harlem is that nigga. So like
Yeah.
Harlem Harlem sent me a load of beats last summer, and I remember there was a plan to to do a record with Sule. And I had the beat for over like almost a year, and I just so happened to shout out to Chat GPT, the AI shit.
Yeah, that's
I
weird. Well, let's
literally,
talk about it. What
listen. I came
connect
up with
that?
these
Connect that. What are
tracks.
you talking about?
Chat GPT, you know the AI
Yeah, I
generated
know that.
text.
Yeah, I got it on my phone and everything. Yeah, I
The
use it.
album, a lot of the songs, the titles of the songs came from the Chat GPT. This is fun facts. Outlaw
What?
Love Symphony. I said, what's a good title that I could say, Bonnie and Clyde modern day version, and then it came out to an Outlaw Love Symphony. It was like a whole track list of choices to choose from, and that Outlaw Love Symphony hit for me. But Black Flag, I got the Fearless Leaders Always Gain, or oh, excuse me, I'm giving Chat GPT too much credit. Let me
Yeah,
shout out to Lupe Fiasco's Text FX. It's a very, very great tool. You ever heard of that?
yeah. Is that the song he did with AI? Is that when
It's not.
Lupe
So he did. Yes, he used that. He used the app to formulate the
formulated the
similes, the
record?
point of views. Yes, it's a real breakdown. It's so like it's very useful for artists that like are like I don't want to say stuck, just are very creative, and it's just so many different avenues of how to formulate a song, a sentence, um, antonyms, synonyms, like all that shit, and like launch it's Text FX. Um, I literally came up with the idea with like finding an acronym. They have a whole like RAPS acronym
Mm-hmm.
where you could just type in any word and it'll break down any word. It could be black, it could be flag, and it'll
Yeah.
find any word that could formulate as so fearless leaders always gain was one of them. So I was like Black Flag. I said, what could be a great acronym for flag? And then I went through mad choices and I'm
Of
like
course. Yeah.
fearless leaders always gain. And then that's when I chose that one.
I love that you not scared of AI and GPT because a lot of people that I do interview, they're like, F this, F that. I'm like, listen, you guys got to learn and use it for the positive.
Mm-hmm.
You, of course, there's gonna be some negative crap coming out. We already see it. We get it. You know, people using, like Drake did it, but using people's voice. You know, we get it. But there's some great things you can do with GPT and AI and stuff. So don't be scared of it. Just like the
No,
stock
no,
market,
it's to
black
be
people
embraced.
use it,
It's to be
embrace it.
embraced.
That's all I
Oh yeah,
gotta
the
say.
Black Flag video is coming out. Say
It's
next
coming out. You
week.
got the video?
Next week.
Oh,
It's already done. It's already done.
I'll be bumping that and
That's
sharing
the
it with
I'm gonna
everybody.
say this. That's the most streamed song in the project right now.
Oh, it is. I'm
Yes.
not surprised, man, because it really does. And you for this, if you said earlier you held that beat for a year,
Hmm.
man. What that'd be so crazy? It's like, yo, you held it for a year. Like I would have been trying
This
to
is
rap
why
on
artists should put their music out. Like they shouldn't be waiting and sitting on
it.
shit.
Yeah. I was like, well, I'm about to rap on it now.
Yeah. It was one of those, but
Nah, I get
it
it though.
progressed naturally.
Yeah, no. Love the record. Let's get to number 7, and I got a couple questions. I'm gonna get you out of here. Hyde Calling featuring Rick Hyde, produced by Rick Hyde. Rick Hyde blesses the production with a movie score track as he also sparks off the rap booth as well with quality rhymes. Tye Cooper shuts the album down with Street Law and Order, man. Start playing, man. Hyde Calling, Rick Hyde. Talk about it, man.
Rick Hyde, my guy. Um, that's higher calling. So he sent. I remember he was doing like I know he does like these deals on Wednesdays or something like that. But I think it was just again, shout out to Harlem. Like he was like, well, after we the Benny the Butcher collaboration, um, it was like, yo, just like fuck with us, like you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
yeah,
fuck
yeah,
with us type
exactly.
shit. Like so, pretty much, I'm like, all right, like if I'm gonna do a song with Benny, I might as well do a song with Rick Hyde, like
Oh, hell yeah.
you know what I'm
Hell yeah.
saying, like. If I'm gonna do a song with Rick Hyde, I might as well do a song with Fuego Bass and Sule. Like I have yet to do a record with him yet, but I see that happening. Like um but it he sent a few beats over, and uh it just so happened that it was I remember writing that. I wrote that shit on shrooms, man. I wrote that
No
on shrooms.
way. I got questions for you on that. I'm like,
Yeah, I was. That's why
I've
the
always
higher
wanted to try
calling.
shrooms. I just
It
got
was
to, you know.
originally titled Higher Learning,
Yeah.
like the movie.
Okay.
But because the song we was talking about smoking, at least I was talking about smoking on it and stuff like that, and using the concept of, like I said, my feet ain't hit the ground in weeks. So I'm talking about levitating. I'm talking about like being in a space in life where I'm being perceived as someone that's on their high horse.
Mm.
So optimistic. I can live it up. I could shrivel up and shake hands with the same people that swindle us, or live above average like walk on water, stand on principles that don't provoke law and order. So again, godly presence, walking on water, being above the ground,
Yeah.
just being like, kind of like feeling myself, my inner like spiritual self. But I'm just again just talking about weed. So it even helped, um, this being the last song on the project, it helped again with the 420 release, because Higher Calling was a video that I dropped, I want to say the same day as the album came out.
Okay. Yeah.
So it came out on 420. It fit. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Yeah.
song's about smoking weed and the concept of being high and off the ground, and just playing off the concept
Yeah.
of
Like a
being
double
being
entendre.
high.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it worked out. It came out on 420 when the album did, and yeah, and then I shot Black Flag and Higher Calling within like 2 days when I was in Austin, Texas. We
Nice.
was all down there, remember? So me, Rick Hyde, I shot Black Flag first with Sule, and then I shot Higher Calling before leaving Austin with Rick Hyde at his Airbnb.
I tell rappers you got to take advantage of the situation. So if you go tour somewhere, do a video there.
Use the landscape.
Use the link. Thank you. That's all I gotta
Because
say.
we ain't got the kind of landscape niggas in Texas and Atlanta got. Like it's just you could pull up somewhere and whatever is going on in the background, like LA, it just looks like it's a part of the visual.
100%.
So it's
100%.
like, out here it feels like, especially in Rhode Island, it damn near feels like I gotta pull my own ass out of off the seat. Like it's despite being already inspired and motivated to like shoot content, it's almost like damn, like these are some cliche fucking backdrops, or like going to the mall, like Providence Place Mall, going to Thayer Street, or like hitting up like Brown University's creative like artsy areas and shit. Like all of that shit is like it's been done before. Or going to the hood, like nobody, like to each his own. Like I don't understand in front of a camera with 60 niggas and like the same places that I've seen other niggas shoot the same visuals at. So like going somewhere else, like I shot The World Is Yours in Beverly Hills. So yeah, I think it really helps going to other places and utilizing the landscape as possible.
And getting your passport game. My first question would be: do you have your passport, and are you traveling soon?
Yes.
Have you traveled
Um,
out the country
no, I
already, or
haven't.
are you planning to go somewhere? Like, what's going on? Give us
Well,
some.
let's put it out there. Let's put it in the universe. I mean, let's go to Osaka, Japan. Let's
There
go
you
to
go.
Dubai. Let's go to Germany, because that's where a lot of the streams are coming from. So we going to Europe.
Okay.
Going to Europe. We're gonna set up a nice little something out there. Um, Jamaica,
Mm. Okay.
London. I want to go to
London. Yeah.
London, the UK, uh, Milan, Italy.
Nice.
Milan, Italy, and Santorini, Greece.
I like these spots, man. I've been to London. I've been to UK. I've been to Amsterdam. Been a couple places.
What? Amsterdam, one of them
Lovely,
too.
lovely, lovely,
I
man.
can just imagine it.
Next question: 2024 Silent Remind Entertainment Corporation. Is that your record label, and do you own your own publishing? Do you plan to keep owning your own publishing?
Yes. I signed to Silent Reminder in 2019. It was something that I'm kind of like not only the first artist on on the label itself, but like I'm the only artist on it, and like it was something that my manager Dan and I kind of like made up together in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
When I was going through the transitional period from being Messy Tye, that was my stage name 10 years prior, and I knew at some point, even 10 years ago, that I was gonna like change my name and like graduate and reinvent myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I always wondered like what would that name be like even 10 years ago. So going by, just Tye, like kind of like how Aaliyah just went by her first name. I was thinking of that, and then I'm like, well, I can be called Tye Cooper. And then so when I made the decision initially and permanently to change my stage name from Messy Tye to Tye Cooper, it really just brought it. I just felt like I graduated into a whole new level of life and just maturity. And um, it was Dan Murphy that really helped inspire the change too. Like Dan, my manager was in the banking industry before becoming a manager, music
Oh, okay.
manager. So he knows a lot about finance, and like he
Mm-hmm.
worked on Wall Street and shit like that. So there's another side of life where they say the grass is greener, that I feel like
Yep.
he's touched, and like, but his let's say our foundation and awareness of the rap game is, he doesn't have the same experience, but his experience is unique because he had done things musically in some form of fashion way like years ago and stuff. But like Silent Reminder is really a record label that's about our loved ones that passed on. We're our loved ones that passed on are our silent reminders to keep moving forward.
Ooh, I like that. I
So
like
that's
that.
really that's the name. That's where I remember Dan had like a whole list of names to like call the record label, but I firmly remember being on the other side of the phone, and I remember choosing at least what stood out to me, and I remember Silent Reminder sticking out to me, and I'm like, that sounds like that could be the one. Kind of like how when Diddy was like, what you gonna call you guys? Like, when they was making the band, he's like, you know what, we're gonna call you the band.
Oh yeah, okay. I remember that. I remember
That
that.
was that was kind of like that was it was kind of like that. It was like, a Silent Reminder that stuck, and it always been that's been what it was. So yes, I plan to own my own publishing. I do. Um, I look forward to even becoming some form of, I don't want to say a manager, but like even just somebody in the music industry that could take other creatives under the wing and like
Yeah, and work with them and
embrace
give them
them.
some
Yeah,
guidance. Yeah.
I don't want to say groom them.
Speaking of names, the Tye Cooper show. What's going on with the show part? What's explain that?
Well, that's my YouTube channel, but and it's also my second album under Tye Cooper, um, titled The Tye Cooper Show. The Tye Cooper Show is really, um, I'm a big fan of like movies and like film, and I've
Mm-hmm.
always been like, I'm like a real movie buffer, like movie head, and I've always enjoyed like late night talk shows. The
Okay.
Dick
Yeah, me
Cavett
too.
show,
Yeah.
Dick Cavett to be exact.
Mm.
Dick
Okay.
Cavett. I get high and like watch like old Jimi
Well,
Hendrix and Janis Joplin videos and interviews from like when Dick Cavett and them used to do like those late night talk shows way before the Lettermans and the Jay
yeah,
Leno's.
way before. Yeah.
So I aspire, when it's all said and done, I'm not, like I said, I'm multifaceted in the beginning. So like I'm not just a rapper. I see myself as you know, an influencer, someone that could have conversations, that could walk people through life, someone that practices mindfulness, someone that has a late night talk show. I've
Ah.
always wanted my own talk show. So if I
Like
get
what you
my
can do.
way, I would have my own. I'm the Black Jimmy Fallon.
There you go. There you go. Or you're gonna be the
Who's
black Tye
trying to say
Cooper.
now?
That's what it is.
There you go. So I got everybody coming to my shit. Everybody's gonna come to Tye Cooper's shit. I'm the
I
Black
like it.
Oprah. So the Oprah Winfrey show, the Tye Cooper show, that's all of the same shit.
I like it, man. Have you ever performed spoken word at any venues or on stage?
Hell yeah. My first time in LA um, was at the infamous Poetry Lounge on Fairfax.
Mm.
I remember finding out I was looking for open mics and just places to perform, and one spot that stood out and that I came across that even the host was on Def Poetry Jam and all that shit. Like I
Oh
met
yeah, the classic.
yeah, the dude like the dude if you're thinking about the dude that I'm thinking about, the light skinned brother,
Yeah, I forget his name, but yeah, I get
met him,
And
met
sorry
that
we
dude.
forgot your name, brother, but
Oh
hopefully
my
somebody
god,
saying it
I'm
was
mad. I'm mad. I don't
on.
remember his name right now, but
Don't worry,
man,
don't worry about it. But
the brother
up,
like my I mean found it, went to it. It was like a big ass circle tight, you know what I'm saying? It was real, it was raw, and I was
like a
scared, I was
cipher,
nervous.
like a cipher.
It looked like a cipher, but everybody was sitting crisscross applesauce in a big ass circle.
Oh snap!
You
That's
know what I'm
crazy,
saying?
man.
So like I was nervous and scared like a motherfucker because I'm in LA. I'm out there for the neck type damn near. And like I'm trying to like, like I'm doing what I would do back home in LA, but it's like it's a lot more creatives on the time that I'm on that's doing it. So yeah, that was the first time, like the Poetry Lounge. Literally, that's the name of it. The Poetry Lounge is on Fairfax Avenue out there in LA. And it was a mind-blowing experience for me. And I've always been involved in like poetry things, poetry slams or anything poetry related. So that's where Spare Change. That's why Spare Change sounds so like familiar, like a nigga been here before.
Yeah, the first time I read your album title, I was thinking about my childhood, and I was like, I wonder if his childhood was rushed, and and is that common in the black community? Maybe I'm not saying you didn't have a father. I know I didn't. So so I was the man of the house. That's what my mother told me. So like maybe I didn't smile as much. You know what I mean? Because I was like taking responsibilities and actually going out there hustling, working. Uh, so do you think that's common? That black men and black boys are rushed.
Yes. I feel like a lot of the black men, especially the young black men nowadays, and we're seeing it statistically, a lot of these black boys are being raised by single black mothers. So the the dynamics of living with your mother and father, it's like it's not the same as it was before,
Mm.
you know. And I was talking with my partner about this. Like I was telling her one day, like how like you know I noticed that like her parents are still together, so to speak, and to still be in your parents, like to still for your parents to still be in each other's life, to still be like that, like that's a blessing. So like I remember, you know, I don't want to say it, like my father's still around by the grace of God, and he wasn't in the house. My mom was the single black mother that was taking care of 6 children. And I remember she did that shit on her own. But there was a time I went to go live with my dad, and I stayed with my dad in Hartford, Connecticut for one school year. So I had the experience to live with my dad and see what that was like. But I don't want to say I felt rushed. I felt like, I was able to see, I was able to enjoy both of my family's dynamics at the same time, simultaneously. And my mother's side is very like mindful and just like no, don't
Yeah.
like to be bothered, don't like the word, like don't like trouble, don't like confrontation. They're
Station,
just
yep.
like they're cool. But my
Yep.
dad's side, oh, these niggas is no limit, Memphis,
Soldiers.
Mobile, Alabama acting motherfuckers. I'm talking about
Ah.
pistol waving, shotgun
Yeah,
misbehaving,
yeah.
shotguns underneath the couch, the old shotgun, the bitch that ain't that still got the rust on it, but that bitch worked.
Oh, yeah, probably no safety and all that.
My grandma Mixon had the shotgun underneath the couch. She from Mobile, Alabama. God rest her soul.
Woo. Yeah.
She did
Oh,
not play. But like,
love it.
I got to see both sides
Yeah.
of my family dynamic. So like I'm thankful. Like I have an equal balance of like my mother and father's side, especially how I behave. And there's certain stubborn ways about me that like I'm like, oh man, this is my dad coming out. I know this aspect of me, and I'm glad that I can catch it.
Yeah.
But I don't feel rushed at all. I feel like I had a very, very blessed childhood and upbringing. My mom did the best that she possibly can. She's very proud of, she ain't got no kids, no crackheads. You know what I'm saying? She got no.
That's a win. That's a win right there. Just you can stop
I
right. That's
was
a
just
win.
on the phone with my Auntie Nadia that I spoke about with wine and cheese, and she said, Ty, I don't know. I don't give a fuck if you worked at Wendy's. I'm proud that you ain't dead. You're still alive. I'm pretty sure you can count on your 5 fingers or even both your hands. How
Yeah.
many of your friends that are either dead or in jail, and you had the same circumstances and the same cutouts, and you could have went down the same path, but you and your brother did it. So
100.
black boys deserve to smile.
That's why. That's why I love it.
All of us deserve to smile,
All of
but
everybody, women too. Yeah,
I
of course, of
really,
course.
I really wanted to highlight those black boys
Yeah.
on that album cover, and I wanted to highlight all the black boys around the world that became beautiful black men that have every reason to smile. And um, even if all the odds were against them, they're still finding a way to smile and do the things that they were called to do. So that's what this project was about. It's about those black boys that, whether it don't even matter really what color, but the significance of is, the black boys that I grew up with, we deserve to smile. We deserve to be in the same household as our mother and fathers, but regardless of the circumstance, life goes on. So we found a way to still prevail, and that's kind of like where the significance, I want that kind of why I wanted to drop it in February, because of the black. You don't get no blacker than
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
like
Yeah. So even though it didn't drop in February, I still was able to release the project, and the message behind it still stands. And
No, it does. It does. It
from
does.
the
100%.
reviews that I've gotten, it's been nothing short of like, yo, very, very amazing project from top to bottom. You took your time, and it even just reconfirms what I already knew and felt about the deliverance of the project as well. By the time it was time for you to hear it, and I'm just very proud that I took my time, and that I still have more marketing and still have so much more means to sharing the project to the world, that
No,
this is
it's
just
a
the
great
beginning of it.
project. You have time, man. You can promote this for life, man. How
Yeah.
important is mental health, and how important is it to understand it? You know what I mean?
Mm. Well, I've had friends that unfortunately took taking their own lives.
Mm.
You know, um I never forget this one cat that I was in 8th grade with. Um, he always had like this what's the is it deformity?
It could be, yeah, like something was wrong with the face or something, maybe.
He had something that that would be very critical on the self-esteem part,
Okay.
with his
Yeah.
face. But he was a very beautiful dude. Like, he was like a beautiful spirited person. He was funny, you know. And I didn't know he was that depressed. Like, I didn't know he was bad, like down bad. Like, he always seemed cool. Like, he never seemed like he was like, everybody has their emotions and shit, but like, he never like shown any signs that he would like harm himself. And so when that happened, I started seeing like, all right, like, like this is like this is serious. Like, I had just seen this dude, and I seen him in the same area where he did this at. And the last time I seen him, he was like, yo, bro, I'm so fucking proud of you, man. And this was way before. This was 10th, 11th grade. This was
Yeah.
way before anything was popping off for me. But
Yeah.
he seen something. He felt it. So
Mm.
I'm like, I can't help but think back to like my boy David, and there's a select few others that you know, like specifically the homie, like he seen something that was like defining, like, yo, bro, like something's there. Like, I don't know where this is going, Ty, and I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to have these conversations where it was like, I think about these guys, these people are silent reminders again. So
Mm.
I think about the homie, I'll be like, yo, this is like, damn, man, that could have been me. I did the same. I don't want to say I almost did the same thing, but I was contemplating, like, damn, like, female really did that to me, like, with that whole child, like, that was such a degrading feeling of, you know, going through the court, and, you know, like, this child was sick. You know what I'm saying? He had all these premature symptoms. He was born in January, supposed to be born in April, so he was born very early.
Oh yeah. So
I was there when he was 2 pounds. I couldn't bring him home till he was 6 pounds. So that took like 4 months. It took like 2 to 4 months. It felt like in the hospital, like going up to the hospital every day in high school,
mm,
12th grade. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting straight A's. Never got straight A's and nothing, but because this kid that came into my life, and I felt responsible for it, at least under the impression. I sat here and said, yo, I'm gonna fucking take care of this kid. And I made a promise to myself that first quarter. I said, yo, I promise on the behalf of this kid that I'm gonna get honor roll.
that's
I'm gonna
incredible.
make the honor roll. And I made the
But that
honor roll
happened for a
fucking
reason,
four
dude.
quarters. All 4 quarters, I made the honor roll. In that fourth quarter, I felt down and out, but I still made it anyway. And it was like I knew there was a resilience and that defining essence in me that was like, you know, that my boy David seen. And I was just like, I never forgot that feeling. I never gave up, man. I could have gave up. And I opened up for Joey Badass. I opened up for Rakim. I opened up for French Montana. I opened up
Mm.
for KRS One. I opened up for Slick Rick. And I'm introducing these niggas
Oh,
to my mother. I'm introducing these niggas to my mother, the same woman that's playing No to Ledge on her way to school in the morning.
ah,
So
you
I could
said
talk that shit. I could
talk it.
talk that shit
Talk it.
because in the last 10 years, a nigga named Messy Tye opened up for Rakim and Kevin Gates, Chevy Woods, Nappy
Crazy,
Roots.
crazy. Damn.
And like, I'm talking about real backstage interactions, like real gyms, no cameras. The things that I know and seen, I deserve a fucking Irish or Ivy League millionaire to back and like, you know,
Yeah,
financially invest
to
into
back
me.
you for your
I
career.
earned
Hell
that.
yeah.
And not only is he financially well, but he's a genuine person
Mm-hmm.
that loves hip hop.
Damn. Next question.
If I could win you over by the, if I could
No,
win
no,
you
no, no,
over
no.
with
Listen,
if I
talk
could
your
win you
shit. Talk
over
your
with a
shit.
name like, if I can win you over with a name like Messy Tye, anything's possible.
No, talk your shit, man. Now, Ernest Hemingway is a famous, he's famous for writing quotes, right? You got, your quotes on social media are just as good, man. Are they original? Where are you getting these quotes from? I see you doing a
Say
lot
that
of
again.
quotes. I said Ernest Hemingway is famous for writing quotes. I said your quotes
Interview.
on social media are just as good. Are they original? And talk about them. I follow you, so I see the quotes. They inspiring and stuff.
Oh, thank you. A lot of it's original, and then there's a like, so half of it is like shit that I come across that I feel like it hits so much on the nail that I can't help but share it. Um, but I've always been into like being mindfulness, meditation, spirituality, and that whole levitation thing I was talking about on Higher Calling, and finding that the chakra talk, you know, occult science. Um, Anything that has to do with knowledge and wisdom being practiced, not
Mm,
just fucking saying it and sounding cool or tweeting it or threading it. I'm talking about these actual quotes. I'm living. I'm actually like in the field doing the work on myself, or letting the work do the work itself on me, and
mm,
applying it or sharing it. So I've always been into words of wisdom. You know, it goes hand in hand with, for me, with poetry, and like, you know, a lot of my the way I start my lines on in verses, they be caption. I try to use caption worthy things. If I see something that like just so happens to the only person who can let me down is me.
Ooh, yeah, you're right.
That's a quote.
No, you're
And you
right.
don't know who said it, but I said it. But I'm like, the only person who can let me down is me. You know, I'm thinking fast, but like I have so many you know, quotes where like you could utilize for these same purposes, like quote captions or posts that you could put online. But I've always been a big fan of words of wisdom and motivational quotes, to where it's like I just can't help but like always share those deep insights of like where my mind goes.
No, I love it, man. Last question, then I'm gonna do a game and then get you out of here. Are
Okay.
you invested in with passive income movements besides music? Because music is a passive income that comes when it comes. Anything else that you want to share that with the crowd? A passive income situation, an idea that you can share, maybe someone else can learn from.
Like, so what's the question? To say that one more time.
Music is passive income. Like you get money when it gets listened to, or somebody buys an album. So is there any other passive income ideas or things that you do now that you want to share with the audience?
Content creation is the top of the fucking list at this point in time. Like, just being a content creator in its entirety. It don't even matter if it's long form or short form. Um, Utilizing platforms like uh, the TikToks, the Instagrams, the Threads. Um, a passive income, uh, gaming, video gaming, streaming,
Ooh,
twitching.
okay, that's a good one.
Twitch streams like video games. Like, it's, if you spend 6 to 12 hours on that shit and you're doing it in a consistent manner, there's a lane for you. There's definitely a
100%.
lane for you.
Oh, 100%.
Passive income. There's so many things like that I like more like be a part of, and like somewhat like philanthropy, like donating type shit. Like, like I do a lot of causes like in the community, where
Mm-hmm.
if there's like a donation for like the like inner city kids that are troubled, or like um I did like this cancer show, you
Mm-hmm.
know, for this woman that was like a big fan of my music and a lot of other these select other artists before she passed. And it's so amazing how we did a show for her. We wore the shirt, like wore the shirt, like she made a shirt with everybody's name that was on the bill.
Yeah.
And you know, we had like a really dope show, and she like was in tears, man. Like, she was like really happy, and like she went peacefully right after that. It was like, you know what I'm saying? Her
Mm-hmm.
name was Annie Lee, for sure. She was a very big fan of hip hop. And yeah, but I would say, like, for me, most importantly, like gaming, um content creation. I'll leave it at that.
We're gonna have a little fun before I get you out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? We did have a serious conversation. Again, I just want to like emphasize this is the THHC podcast, episode 196. Tye Cooper, Black Boys Deserve to Smile. Mondays versus Fridays.
Say
If
that
you
one
have
more
to
time.
pick, this is versus. This is the game. Mondays versus Fridays. Which one you cater to?
Friday.
Is there a reason behind it?
Friday has always been, I think the movie Friday itself has always catered to, the movie has always catered to like always being what's the word? Oh, yo, come here, yo. Look at who's here.
Oh, what's
Look
going
at
on?
who's here. This is the universe.
You know what I'm saying? What's up?
This guy look familiar to you? I'm in an interview right now.
Hold on,
Oh,
it's kind of dark. Hold on.
Do you know who that is?
It's kind of dark. Hold on, you gotta get a little closer.
Star Moon.
It's Squad Star motherfucking
Oh,
Mo.
what's that, man? Hey, what
He's
up?
the one that did the
I
review.
know. I follow.
Yo, because I was like, I gotta say his name like what's that, man? I was like, yeah, what up? What up?
What's popping? What's popping?
What's good, son? You gotta
All,
come on the show eventually.
Outside the radio station, he just pulled up. That's why I had to like.
love, all love.
What's good, Chief? I
You
got a couple
already
more
know.
questions for him, man. We gotta get him out of here, man. But yo, it's good to meet you. I'm gonna have you on the pod, of course.
Oh yeah,
Eventually.
definitely. You already know.
We can
Tapping
chop
in.
it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I'll meet you. Beautiful.
All right, we got. I know
Definitely,
you like bikes
Friday,
versus
movie Friday
cars.
is the reason why.
Bikes versus cars. How about that one? I seen you with on like a bike, enjoying it on. I'm like, this is a bike. He's a biker. What's going on?
Yeah, I got a Rough Riders tap, literally the Rough Riders logo tap because of that. I would say bike. Excuse me, car. I
Car.
I prefer a car. Yeah.
All right, Method Man versus Redman.
Wow. My mom loved Redman, so Redman, yeah, she put me on the Red. She loves Redman so much.
Redman's ridiculous, man. A lot
It's
of
hard to
people
choose between them
sleep.
two,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
I've always been drawn like because of my mom, because of the Muddy Waters and shit.
Ooh, he's about to put out a part 2. So hopefully it's good. Hopefully he's working with E.
Yeah, I've been
Sermon.
hearing about part two for quite some time, so
I know. I'm just saying.
I'm patiently
I
waiting.
know. All right, since you're from Rhode Island, Lakers versus Celtics. I mean, are you a Celtic fan? Lakers versus Celtics.
Yo, I feel like I was born on the wrong coast. I dress like a West Coast nigga. As you see, I got death row
I
on.
know. That's why I put the Lakers.
I dress like a West Coast nigga. I got nothing but LA Dodgers shit in my closet, like type shit. Like it's bad. Like I am LA all the way. So
That's
when
why I was like, yo, I gotta ask him.
the whole thing with Drake and Kendrick right now is like, bro, I'm so proud because I'm like, this is what happens when y'all try to fuck with the woke lyricist. Like he won't
Yeah,
fuck you up. And
yeah.
Drake's my nigga, so I'm like, damn, he bit the bullet, but he bit the bullet to a nigga that's really woke and like that West Coast, they're going crazy right now out there.
Hopefully you heard these songs. Self-Destruction versus Same Song.
Self-Destruction by KRS One of them?
Yeah, and the same song as the West Coast. Same
Tupac,
gang
right?
as the West Coast version. Same
Digital
gang.
Underground?
Yep.
Digital Underground, same song?
Yep. With NWA, Mr. F.L.A.G.
Oh no, I would go with Self-Destruction.
All right, one more. Inspector Deck versus Jizza.
Yo, again, the universe. Last Friday, I was rapping at this which is right now. Shit, I probably we okay. Southside Smoothies. I was rapping last week at this platform that they do out here in my hometown. CMOS shop. They have like a freestyle Fridays later on in the night. I was rapping. Hey, yo, knock, knock. Who the fuck's that banging at my door? Is it abstract, commercial, or hardcore? Better know what the fuck you looking for, because you don't want war. My nigga Jizza.
The Jizza.
That's Jizza. And niggas don't know. They're like, that's shit. I'm like, nigga, that's the Jizza, man.
That's a Jizza, man. That's a Jizza.
That for the chorus part before I started rapping. But yeah, I rapped the chorus to Knock Knock by Jizza last Friday. So it's funny you said Inspector Deck or Jizza. I'm like, the Jizza.
You got to like, but I fight with those two a lot, but because Inspector Deck's actually still rapping and he's still putting out quality rhymes. And
Sule got him on his album.
I know. I reviewed that album already.
The Wolf Sopranos joint.
That joint is fire.
Yeah.
All right, man. So let's rewind a bit, man. And it's the end of the show, man. I want to let everybody know, tell us your social media platforms. Tell us anything you want to promote. But the only thing I do ask for is to give us a maybe one of your quotes. Give us something good to go out on. You know what I'm saying? Something.
The real flex is not having to flex at all.
Deep.
Being the best version, being the best version of yourself is all the credibility you need. One of the 4 agreements in the book, the 4 agreements, the last but most importantly agreement is to always do your best. So again, being the best version of yourself has everything to do with being the best version of yourself has everything to do with not having the flex, because that's really the flex in itself. So, um, Black Boys Deserve to Smile, my new project. It's available everywhere, whether you fuck with Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Deezer, Google Play. Um, I have I have some more music coming out. I'm dropping some more visuals off the Black Boys Deserve to Smile. Be on the lookout for a collaborative album with me and Sule from Black Soprano Family.
Crazy.
Man, it's gonna be great.
Crazy. Crazy.
I have so much more to do, by the grace of God. So like I really just want to just keep sharpening the sword and getting better. And before you know it, you'll see me everywhere. Like
Oh, yeah.
it's all like, I say it's all ordained. It's all a part of the plan. So regardless of how it goes down, life goes on. So I wish everyone that watches this peace, love, prosperity, and make sure you go stream the album Black Boys Deserve to
Go
Smile.
stream the album, man.
Follow me on Instagram, the Tye Cooper Show, Threads, the Tye Cooper Show, and let's connect.
100%. I do have your Instagram down below so they can see that streaming below. Again, thank you for coming on. Thank you for joining the podcast. Thank you for, talking to me at the concert, all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? My
Oh my God.
my whole thing is, love over hate. And again, thank you for coming on the show, man. You need that applause, man. You need, you know what I'm saying? This album deserves applause. This album deserves a lot, gratitude and everything, man. And
Thank you so much.
I love it, man. And I'm gonna continue to promote the album and continue to promote you and tap into you. And of course, this show is your show now. Since you blessed it once, you can bless it whenever you like.
I'm so
man.
glad to be part of the THHC community.
I like that. I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. Let's go, man. But we're getting out of here, man. Again, stay blessed, man. And
Forgive me for the disconnection, by the
don't
way.
worry about that. It happens, man. And it was organic, and
It made the conversation even more, yes, dynamic.
Exactly. And that's why I said, like, prior to us being on live, it is, I welcome that. I welcome a conversation and not nothing staged. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
If it was staged, I'll be going nuts and wouldn't know what to do. Like I would have reviewed it without you, because that's who I am. I would have went on, with the race, you know what I'm saying? And, because we a team, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm going to finish no matter what. Pause. But, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So
I appreciate that.
but again, man, bless you and bless your partner, and bless everybody that's in your circle, man, and people that's going to be in your circle eventually. All right.
Thank you so much, Severe. You are severely appreciated.
I like that. Love is love, man. All right, baby. Out.
Love.
Peace out, man.